Hi everyone, my name is Diana and welcome to my YouTube channel. I have wanted to start a YouTube channel since I was a little girl. I always begged my mom to start one once YouTube took off and people were making videos, but honestly I never really knew what I wanted to make videos of. And once I started reading and posting on Bookstagram, I started thinking about maybe creating a channel more and more, and then a lot of my friends on Bookstagram were like, just do it Diana, just start a YouTube channel. So that's what I'm doing. So honestly, thank you guys so much for pushing me to start one, because without you guys, I don't think I ever would have started a YouTube channel. So bear with me, it's my first video. It might be a little crazy all over the place, but I think as I make more videos, I'll get more used to talking in front of a camera and stuff like that. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a bookshelf tour, as you probably read from the title. I just recently redid them going into the new year. I added some more shelves over here, and yeah, so I thought it would be perfect to kind of do a tour and show you guys what's on my shelf. Okay, so these are my first two shelves. This first shelf is my Throne of Glass shrine. I absolutely love Throne of Glass. I read it towards the end of 2023 and they are my favorite series of all time. I seriously can't say enough good things about it. And I still am reading Kingdom of Ash, that's why it's not here. It's one of my current reads, and once I finish that series, I plan on reading Crescent City because I still haven't read that, and then I'm gonna reread these and annotate them all the way through. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, I have the series here, and then this is a special edition of Throne of Glass, and then this is like a book sleeve with some different things from Throne of Glass and quotes and stuff like that. Also wearing, I know it's hard to see, but I'm wearing a fire heart necklace because just the whole series has a really special place in my heart. By the way, these two shelves here are kind of like my favorite shelves, along with some books that I'm really excited to read this year, so I wanted them front and center so I remember to read them. So on this shelf I have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and then I also have Sprayed Edges versions right here. I did really enjoy the series. I read both the books. Iron Flame felt a little short for me just because I felt like it was very repetitive. There's a lot of the same fighting going on between the two main characters, and I just felt like it was very long, and it didn't necessarily have to be. But other than that, I still rated it a 4-star because it was really good and I enjoyed the ending. Okay, so over here I have The Cruel Prince, and then The Stolen Heir, and then I also have this gorgeous Cruel Prince special edition. It's like velvety and it has really cool sprayed edges and amazing art in it. I absolutely love it. I read this series in 2022, so I would love to reread it just because I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember really enjoying it. But I would be curious to see like if my taste has changed at all. Okay, this shelf down here I'm just going to film because it's really hard for me to be in the screen, but I know it kind of looks like a hot mess, but I wanted to do the 12 Besties Pick 12 books for 2024. So all these books right here are, and Crescent City, are books that some of my good friends have chosen for me to read. So I'm planning to read those sometime this year. I still have some more to get. Some I'm asking for my birthday later this month and stuff like that. But that is some of the books that I'm super excited to read this year. And then I have Crescent City. And then these are just two books that I put there because I really want to read them this year. Okay, so now moving on to my next two shelves. I have another Sarah J. Maas shrine up here next to Throne of Glass. So I have ACOTAR here with these special like cover overlays that I ordered. I absolutely love them. I love how they look all together, and that's actually one of the first fantasy series I read beginning of 2023, and I fell in love with her writing, so I got a special edition and the soft covers as well. My mom actually gifted me the soft covers because she recently listened to the series and she loved it. She's not a huge reader, So I told her, try the audiobooks, and she's hooked. So now she's actually reading Throne of Glass and she's enjoying it so far. She's only on the first book. So now over here we have Crescent City. I have not read that yet. Like I said, I want to finish Throne of Glass and then I'm jumping straight into these, and I'm going to try to finish them before the new one comes out. So if you guys maybe want like a reading vlog of me reading those, you can comment or message me on Bookstagram or whatever and let me know that you guys would be interested in seeing that. Alright, so this next shelf I have Once Upon a Broken Heart, the trilogy, as well as Carval, and these are two of the UK editions of the soft covers, plus A Curse for True Love soft cover. I have not read any of these books yet. I'm really excited to, but those are ones that are high on my TBR for 2024, and I'm really excited because I've heard amazing things. I've heard Carval can be a little bit slow. I know that one's not as liked as Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I'm really excited to read some of her books because I never have. Over here I have the Shatter Me series, which I also read in 2023. It was a great series. I think if you're starting off like fantasy or dystopian, I think that's a really great series to start with, just because it's pretty easy to follow along. There's not too many characters where it's confusing, so I really recommend this series. Okay, so now moving on to my big shelves right here. So these shelves I kind of grouped by authors or series, but this whole rest of this side of my bookshelf is all romance genre. It's all different romance books from different authors. So starting with this shelf, up here I have a whole bunch of different Lucy Score books. I obviously have the Knock 'Em Out series, and then Pretend You're Mine, and then just some of her other books here. And then coming down I have the Chestnut Spring series, which I have not read yet. I know I'm slacking. I'm hoping to read that this year. Maybe I could do some kind of video vlog for that one. And then over here I have the Simple Wild series by K.A. Tucker. And then coming down the shelf, this is my Anna Huang shelf. I have the Twisted series, which I also have not read yet, and the Kings series over here, which I haven't read. And then coming down here is an entire shelf of, what is this one called? This is the Off-Campus series by Al Kennedy. So I have the original covers here, and then these are all the special edition covers. Let's bring this one closer. The special edition covers with the sprayed edges, and they are so cute. And I also have not read that series yet either, so I definitely have a lot of reading to do. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over to this side now. So this top shelf is an entire Colleen Hoover shelf. I haven't read one of her books in a while, so I definitely I don't know if I'll be going back to her books, just because I feel like that was kind of my taste at the beginning of reading, and it's slowly changed. But there's a couple more that I know were a lot of people liked and I haven't read yet, so I definitely want to get to some of those. And then this is my Magnolia Park shelf. I have only read the first book. Again, that is another series that I really want to get to at some point this year. And then over here I have my Emily Henry shelf. Again, I've only read Book Lovers by her. So I really want to read Happy Place at some point this year because I've heard amazing things about that one. So that's another book that I'm really excited to get into. And then this shelf is kind of like my indie author shelf. I have Christine Joy's books here. I absolutely love her. She writes closed door romances, and she's just literally the sweetest person ever. She's so sweet, and her books are super cute. If you just want like a quick, light, closed door romance, I would 100% recommend her books. And then I have Stephanie Archer's books over here, which I haven't read any of them yet. I have The Wrong Mr. Right, That Kind of Guy, The Fake Out, and Behind the Net. And those are more books that I really want to get into at some point this year. Okay, so now moving on to the bottom half of those two shelves. The first shelf here is my Lauren Asher shelf. So I have the Dreamland Billionaire series and then the Dirty Air series. I did read the Dreamland Billionaire series last year and I loved it. I love her writing. I flew through that series. I read them pretty much back to back and I loved it. So I really want to read the Dirty Air series sometime this year. Next I have my Monica Murphy shelf and the Lancaster Prep series. I have not read that series yet. I actually was gifted it for Christmas, so that's definitely a series that I would love to get into at some point this year. It's a pretty big series. I've heard mixed things about it, so I'm definitely excited to see what I'm going to think of it. And then down here I have some classics, and they're so pretty. Little Woman, Heidi, Anne of Green Gables, and A Little Princess. I don't know if I'll ever read those. I know this year I said I want to push myself out of my comfort zone with reading, and maybe picking up one of those will definitely be something I do, but I loved how they looked. They were so pretty, so that is why those are there. And then on this side I have my Kat Singleton shelf. I actually won her giveaway for, I think it was 60,000 followers on Instagram, and she was giving away some special editions of her books, and this is literally like my prized possession now. It is a special edition of Rewrite Our Story, and it's so pretty, and then it has these edges and this back and the inside. Like, everything about it is just so beautiful. I love it. So I keep it right up here because I literally stare at it all the time. And then I have Black Ties and White Lies, Time Down Goodbye, Tempt Our Fate, and Rewrite Our Story. I did read Rewrite Our Story and I heavily annotated it last year. I really enjoyed it. I still haven't read Tempt Our Fate, but that is something I want to do as well this year. Down here I kind of have my sports romance, some of them down here. So I have Monica Murphy's Playing Hard to Get, Playing by the Rules, Playing to Win. I read that last year and I ate it up. Like, I read it back to back. I wasn't expecting it. I actually got it, the first one was gifted to me by Valentine PR, and I ate it up. I was like kicking my feet and giggling while reading it, which doesn't happen very often, but the tension was amazing in the first book, and the next two books were pretty good as well. I don't think any of them beat the first book for me just because I loved the first one, but those are good series as well. Over here I have Emily Tudor's first two books, Replaying the Game and Reconsidering the Facts. I also have not read those, but I need to because she is literally the sweetest person on earth. I love her, and she has a new book coming out. I cannot wait to read that one along with these two at some point. And then down here I have some Sarah Adams books, and then I also have some Mariana Zapata books, just because I wanted to keep them together, but I didn't really know where to put them, so that is where those are. Okay, so now talking about this shelf right here, it's pretty easy to explain. These first four shelves are just all my romance books. There's a couple of dark romance, but I've never read a dark romance, so maybe I could do a video like reading some recommended dark romances. I'm kind of scared of them, so I don't know, but that might be an idea. So yeah, these four shelves right here are just all of my romance books I have. I know it's quite a bit. I haven't even read too many of them. I'm slacking on those four shelves. I need to read more of them. But yeah, I just have it arranged by color order because I love how that looks. These two shelves down here are all indie author books that either I was gifted or I bought. I love indie authors. I have a huge soft spot for indie authors just because I know it's a hard industry. There's so many authors, so I love showing all the support I can to them by sharing their books with some of my followers on Instagram and stuff like that. So I definitely will be doing some indie author videos as well, just because I love supporting them in any way I can. So yeah, those are that's this whole shelf right here. It's literally, like I said, all these shelves are just romance books. I have a lot of my romance books there. I try to keep them pretty much arranged by genre. So that's that side. Now let's jump into the other side of my room. Okay, so now moving on to the other side of my room. So this is kind of like more random books, but yeah, so this top shelf right up here, that's all of my thrillers. I've read a good chunk of them. I'm not huge into thrillers. Like, I don't think I could ever sit down and read one. That's definitely like something I listen to on audiobooks. I do enjoy listening to thrillers on audiobooks just because I think like they really like get you into it and keep you drawn in if you're listening to it instead of reading it, but that's totally my opinion. I know people who love reading thrillers like all the time, so that's a me problem. So my next shelf right here, I have a lot of different fantasy series. So I have Dance of Thieves, Kingdom of the Wicked, We Hunt the Flame, the Atlas Six, and then these are Fable and Daughter of the Pirate King, like some pirate ones. And then this right here is the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I've read actually a decent chunk of these. I read all of these except Kingdom of the Wicked, and then I have not read Shadow and Bone yet. And then down here on the third shelf, I have a Harry Potter collection of books, and then this is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and then this is the Dune trilogy, a lot bigger than trilogy, the Dune series, and then this is From Blood and Ash and A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which I read From Blood and Ash. I still need to read the second one, and I know it's a pretty big series, so I enjoyed From Blood and Ash a lot, so I definitely want to reread that and start the series again. Okay, so now jumping down to the shelf. This shelf is totally random. It is a lot of totally random books. It's a mix of like fantasy, there's some literary fiction in there, and then this is a whole bunch of series that I only have like the first book of. So yeah, this is like a total random shelf. It kind of looks like a hot mess, but I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. And then this is a shelf of either fantasy series that I just have the first book of or standalones, but that's what this whole shelf is right here. Alright, now moving on to the skinny shelf here. At the top I have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I love that series. It has a super special place in my heart. I really enjoyed it. So it has a special place at my bookshelf. And then coming down here I have the Inheritance Games and the Natural series. I read the Inheritance Games last year, and honestly it was a big flop for me. I was really sad. I think I had it in my head as something totally different than it was, so I just ended up being disappointed, which I honestly did myself. It was a me problem again. And then here is the Natural series, which I'm currently listening to. I'm on the first book and I am loving it. I could just sit down and listen to it all day. I'm really enjoying it. And here is my special edition of Divine Rivals. This book is absolutely gorgeous. I ordered it from Owl Crate. I have the second one coming in the mail as well, just because I could not get over how beautiful this book is. It has like special papers, and then it also has, hold on, let me take off the dust jacket. I'm struggling. It has this beautiful picture on the inside of the dust jacket. I love it. I cannot wait for the second one to come in the mail and read it. Oh, and also, look at how pretty the book is underneath. It is so pretty. Like, this is one of my prized possessions. I love it. Okay, so now moving down a shelf. This is my Book Thief shelf. I read The Book Thief my freshman year of high school, so like 8 years ago, 9, I don't know. A long time ago, and it stuck with me. That's back. I did not read like at all back then, but I read it and it stuck with me to this day. I actually want to do a reading vlog of that just because it is one of my favorite books and I would love to just vlog my experience. I want to annotate these. They're like super old copies. They're absolutely beautiful. It was the first print of the book and they came all the way from like Australia, which is super cool. They're like some of my prized possessions, so I definitely want to reread those this year. And then down one more shelf, this is my Danielle Cancel shelf. I actually am on her street team, so I get all the news about her new books, and she sends amazing book boxes in the mail, and that is what's on that shelf. I loved the first 2 books of her series. That is the Twisted Fate series, if anyone's interested, and her books are absolutely gorgeous. She does such a good job doing different like page overlays and stuff like that. It is gorgeous. Now coming down to my last 2 little shelves here, I have the Red Queen series, which this series gave me a lot of pain. If you've read it, I know a lot of people loved it. I liked it until the last book. I could not believe the ending. I won't spoil anything, but it's down here. It's there. It's there. I read it. I hated the ending. I hated the ending. I won't say anything, but if you've read it and if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know how you felt about the ending, because I'm not going to say anything else, but if you know, you know. And then down here I have Twilight. I've never read it. I don't know if I will ever read it, but I feel like every bookshelf needs Twilight on it. So yeah. Alright you guys, that is it. That is my full bookshelf tour of 2024 now. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video. I know the lighting and the audio isn't great. I definitely want to add maybe a camera and a microphone and stuff like that, but for my first video I just kind of wanted to give it a try and see what happens. So if you guys want to like the video, if you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate that, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, I am hoping to be posting a lot more. I'm thinking my next video will be top 23 books of 2023. I can just kind of sit down and talk to you guys about my favorite books and why I like them so much. Thank you guys so much for watching my first video. It seriously means the world to me, all you guys who were encouraging me to start this, and now it's a thing. So thank you guys so much. Like I said, I love you all so much, and I will be back hopefully next Thursday. Bye!